great thing is the fair tax is one of the biggest transfers of wealth in American history, and it's a simple equation as far as I'm concerned. You either decide that you want to get more of your money back, so you decide when, where, and how to spend it, or you want the government to take more of your money and they'll spend it for you. So to stop penalizing productivity and to start rewarding productivity and allowing people to be taxed on what they spend, not what they earn, will revolutionize our American economy, and that is the ultimate stimulus package. I don't know if you've ever heard the old saying that first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they attack you, then you win. Grassroots efforts take a long time, and they take constant effort from the populist movement that sees what can happen. And it's not perfect. I mean, there is no perfect answer, but it's damn sure better than what we're doing now, and it is something that will completely revolutionize the economy, the means of production in the United States, and the entire spending power of Americans, so they can basically decide their own tax burden based on what they spend, not get taxed on what they earn. The fair tax cause is definitely gaining momentum because we have more co-sponsors than we ever have had in the House and the Senate. You're starting to get more and more fair tax rallies across America with larger crowds. The database and the number of people who've signed up at fairtax.org and sefairtax.org has grown exponentially, and that's the way that you make progress towards grassroots changes in America. There tends to be more Republican supporters than Democratic supporters, but the Republican Party has not wrapped their arms around this and embraced this because it does tie the hands of Republicans in Congress and Democrats to mind their fiscal store and be fiscally responsible. It is a bipartisan solution, and in fact, oftentimes the people who feel that they're the biggest critics of the fair tax, when they look and study it and see what can happen, they oftentimes start to realize, wow, this is a revolutionary change. So Republicans tend to support it more than Democrats, but the more that you talk to Democrats about it, the more you realize that this is a solution for everybody. Republicans, Democrats, independents, everybody in America, and really politicians fight it because they don't like losing control of power. Look at your pay stub. Look at how much you get gross, look at how much you get net. If you could eliminate all payroll deductions and get all that money coming back into your pocket, you would be able to decide where you're going to spend that money, stimulating the economy, and basically giving yourself a much bigger chunk of the money that you've worked hard for. I mean, that's the whole point. You work hard for your money. You should get that and then control your basis of taxation. But the great thing is there's a threshold level. And at that point, that's the point where the prebate checks will go out for people who make lower incomes to help out with basic necessities. And the $13 trillion of production, means of production that's offshore right now, would come back to this country, and the United States would become one of the best, most inviting and enticing countries for labor and production in the world. We could compete on not only an even playing field, but have an advantage on other countries in the world. Well, my name is Richard Todd, host of The Morning Buzz, 1250 WTMA, the big talker in Charleston, celebrating 70 years of broadcasting in the Low Country, and you better believe we support the fair tax. The time has come to change the way we do business in the United States.